Hello again. During one dangerous but exciting mission, I climbed down into the crater itself. My crew and I worked on mapping what was going on underground. We also measured the gases leaking from small vents. Any sudden increase in carbon dioxide and other gases might signal an eruption. So this is the crater, as you can see here. Let's explain our paragraph. During an exciting mission, some scientists climbed down into a big hole in the ground called a crater. So this is the crater. They worked together to look at what was happening below the surface. They also checked the air coming out of a small opening to see what gases were leaking out. If they noticed any sudden increase in gases like carbon dioxide, it could mean the volcano might erupt, which is a big explosion. So, our questions here. What did the scientists do during their mission? Think about it. What did the scientists do during their mission? They climbed down into a crater and looked at what was happening underground. Question number 2. What did the scientists measure coming out of small vents? What did the scientists measure coming out of small vents? They measured gases coming out of the vent. Why is it important to measure gases like carbon dioxide? Why is it important? A sudden increase in gases like carbon dioxide might mean the volcano could erupt. The volcano could erupt. What is a crater? What is a crater? A crater is a big hole in the ground, often at the top of a volcano. Our last question here. What does erupt mean in this context? Erupt means for the volcano to explode, sending out ash, lava, and gases. I don't go into the crater anymore, but I often think about how Vesuvius threatens the environment around it. Today, the city of Naples lies at the foot of Mount Vesuvius. If an eruption occurred tomorrow, the city would not be ready. Tons of ash and rock would once more be hurled into the air. This volcano debris would keep cars, planes, and trains from operating. People would try escaping on foot. Sadly, no one can outrun such an eruption. Think about it. So, the person in the story doesn't go into the big crater anymore, but they still worry about how Mount Vesuvius could be dangerous for the area around it. Right below the mountain is a city called Naples. If the volcano erupted suddenly, the city wouldn't be prepared. A lot of ash and rocks would be thrown into the air, which would make it hard for cars, planes, and trains to move. People would try to escape on foot, but volcano eruptions are so fast it's hard to outrun them. Our first question here about this paragraph. What does the person think about Mount Vesuvius? They think about how Mount Vesuvius could be dangerous to the area around it. Could be dangerous to the area around it. Question number 2. Where is the city of Naples located? Naples is at the foot of which mountain? Mount Vesuvius. What would happen if the volcano erupted? Again, it's an easy one. What would happen if the volcano erupted? Tons of ash and rock would go up into the air, making it hard for cars, planes, and trains to move. How would people try to escape? People would try to escape on foot. Can people outrun an eruption? Of course, no. Sadly, no, people cannot outrun an eruption. The only sure way to protect people who live near this volcano is to give them enough warning. The city of Naples has detailed evacuation plans. For the plans to work, however, officials need to be warned 7 days before an eruption occurs. I hope the work that volcanologists do will help to give people the warning they need. Until then, I'll be watching the sleeping monster just in case it starts to wake up. So, the best way to keep people safe who live near the volcano is to let them know in advance if it's going to erupt. The city of Naples has a plan to help everyone escape if that happens. But for the plan to work, the experts need to know about the eruption at least 7 days before it happens. I really hope the scientists, called volcanologists, can help with this warning. Until then, I'll keep an eye on the volcano to see if it starts to wake up. Our first question: what is the only way to protect people near the volcano? What is the only way to protect people near the volcano? The only way is to give them enough warning before an eruption. What does the city of Naples have to help keep people safe? What does the city of Naples have to help keep people safe? The city has detailed evacuation plans. Of course, evacuation plans. How many days warning do officials need for the plans to work? They need to be warned. How many days? 7. 7 days before an eruption. Question number 4. Who works to give people the warning they need? Volcanologists. The scientists. So, volcanologists work to give people this warning. What does the speaker call the volcano? The speaker calls it a sleeping monster. Sleeping monster. Thanks for watching.